Alright, in today's video I'm going to show you how I color grade my videos. I'll show you 3 different examples and there is a surprise on these videos. So follow my screen and stick till the end. Alright guys, so here is the first footage. Okay, the second one is this interview that you have right here. And the third one is gonna be a music video, okay? All of them have different lighting situations, so I'm gonna explain to you how this goes. Okay, so let's first talk about what we can do on this. It's gonna be 3 only easy steps. Okay, so we are going to use the method of 3 adjustment layers. That's the method I use and it works really good for me, so I'm gonna show it to you. The first one is adjustment layer of conversion. I'm gonna show you what it means. The second one is the skin tones adjustment layer, and then on the third one we're going to apply the LUTS. For the first one, let's go wherever you have your project files and let's click on new adjustment layer and place it over the footage that you just imported. And this adjustment layer, we're going to use it to the conversion, so we're going to rename it and we're going to put conversion to REC. Now, in order to color grade a log footage, before doing anything else, you need to convert it to REC709 profile, which is the normal recording profile. Alright, so what is log or flat footage or watch image? So log is basically a profile that most video cameras have, and it gives you a less contrast in the image in camera. So when you're going to edit, you have more information on darker or brightest areas of your footage. If you don't use log, I suggest you to use it because it is going to help you color grade way better. If your camera doesn't have a log color profile, I highly recommend you to install it. Here's a video about how to do it in any camera. If not, then just record in neutral mode. Never use the log footage without converting that footage to REC709. Of course, I'll show you how to do that, and it is not only changing the contrast as many people do. Once you do that, you will have the correct colors in your videos, the right colors and the right contrast, and then you can apply the LUT or anything else that you do when you color grade. But never ever set your camera to auto mode, please. Okay, so now that you know that, let's continue on my screen. You're gonna click on the adjustment layer and then you're gonna scroll down in Lumetri color panel to where it says creative. On creative, where it says look, we're gonna browse as we apply any LUTs, and we're going to select the file that matches your camera. I'm gonna give you all these files and you're gonna be able to download it in the description below. So let's choose Blackmagic 4K, what's filmed with a Blackmagic 4K. So we are going to do the conversion, pretty easy, boom. So we already have the file converted. So what we're gonna do next, we're going in the same adjustment layer, we're going to adjust the curves a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to go to window and we're going to activate Lumetri scopes. I have it right over here, but you're gonna have it probably in a window, so you drag it and put it here because you're gonna need it to color grade correctly. So the next step is to take this part that is over here in 90. These are the highlights. We want to take it to 100, and the shadows, the darkest shadows is right over here, are this corner that you see right here. You're gonna take it to 0, and that's the right conversion. Let's do that by dragging this part first and until we see 0. Boom, that's it. You see that the shadows has been already fixed. Now let's fix the highlights. Okay, the highlights needs to be taken to 100 and that's perfect. And now we're going to adjust the midtones. The idea right here is to make the footage look as neutral as possible, as more natural as you can. Okay, the footage cannot look too bright or too dark, or just make it as much natural as you can. I'm gonna move a little bit the mid shadows and the mid highlights. I don't know if that's the correct name, but I like it exactly like that, like the song. Alright, so let's do exactly the same thing, and I want to take this part to 100 and remember the bottom part to 0. Okay, so let's do exactly the same. Ta-da-da. Here you go, and oops, here you go. Okay, perfect. I love this footage exactly like that. So that is the right conversion. As you can see, before, after. If you only repair the contrast, as many people do, they increase the contrast and that's it, and increase then the saturation, that's not the same thing. You're losing a lot of colors like the yellow, the reds. So the right way to do this is as I previously showed you. Okay, once you convert the footage to REC709, the next step is to create another adjustment layer, and we're going to drag it right here on top of the two videos. I'm going to extend it, and I'm going to name this adjustment layer as skin tones, because I want to fix the skin tones because I don't want it too red. In this second part, we're going to fix the skin tones by making a mask on it. Yes, we're going to make a mask on the skin tones only, and we're going to use the HSL eyedropper for it. So let's do the first one. You go to the adjustment layer, click on that, and then go to HSL secondary. What's gonna happen next is that you're gonna click on this eyedropper right over here, and you're gonna select the skin. Let's click on the skin, okay, and then let's click and drag without having to do this. Okay, the saturation, and then the luminance a little bit more, not so much. I almost got it. I don't want the lips on it. We're just going to correct the skin. Okay, the next step, once you have this selected, is to click here, and you're going to go down here, and you're going to move the tint. All right, the tint, you can move it to the green or more to the red to get a little bit more of those skin tones, just as long as you see that it looks great. All right, and the next step is to move the noise all the way to the top and blur all the way to the top. That way you already fixed the skin tones. Okay, so let's move on and let's do the same thing on this part. All right, where you're gonna go to HSL, you're gonna click right over here, and you're gonna select this color, which is the skin, and then let's select the plus, and then let's click and drag right over. You see all the skin. Okay, now when you click here, you're gonna have the skin selected. Perfect. I want to refine it a little bit manually. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect, just do whatever you have to have the most part of the skin. All right, and then move the denoise to the top, blur to the top, and once you have all selected, click here. Okay, and then move the tint a little bit to the green. I think it looks better right there, right over there. Alright, so now you know how to fix the skin tones. That's the second part. Second part done. And then let's do the third part. The third part, you're gonna create another adjustment layer. On this part, we're going to apply the LUT, and then we're going to decrease or increase the amount of the LUT that you want to apply on the video to make it look as better as possible. Don't go so strong with the LUT. I've seen so many people that go so freaking strong on the LUTs and their videos look so unrealistic, so just apply a little bit of it. Okay, we're going to go to Lumetri Color, and then what we're gonna do is gonna go to Creative, browse the LUT that you like. I personally love this one, and I'm gonna just add a little bit, not too much, and that's it. I think it looks amazing. For this interview, I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to leave you on the description below a link to download this footage in RAW directly from this camera. And I want you to do this homework because I want you to learn for real. So download this footage, use the method that I teach you in this video, upload the results to YouTube, and then send me the link through the comment section of this video so I can review it and leave the comments and everyone else can see the comments. Okay, so alright, so that's your homework. So now let's do the third video, and it is gonna be a little bit easier because we don't have to convert it from log to REC709. So let's just create a new adjustment layer. So let's go just to the curves and let's move it down until we get this part into the zero, and then let's move the highlights until we touch the roof. All right, I personally, since he has a black shirt, I would like to bring a little bit the shadows up, okay, and then the highlights a little bit down. And then I'm going to apply the LUT. Curves, creative, browse, okay, and I'm gonna do the CINESTYLE. This one I love it for this kind of music videos. I'm gonna bring it down and then bring it a little bit up. Now I applied the LUT. The next thing, go back to correction, correct a little bit the highlight as you like it, and perfect. And that is how you color correct these three amazing color correction situations to make it look as better as possible. Perfect. Now you know how to color grade a video footage. Question: do you know how to shoot and edit a music video? Here's a video about it. Remember, the pack of free LUTs are in the description below. If you liked it and have any questions, just leave a comment and subscribe for more educational content. See you in the next one, creator.